What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Council. You catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the news in wrestling. And this week, I'm flying solo. That's life, guys. You know, things get in the way, but we should have a pretty good show here. It might be a little shorter than normal, but that's to be expected. Real quick here, just checking something. We're good. All right. Okay, but yeah, Frank's got to work. Got to make a living. So I will be holding down the fort alone tonight. Maybe Johnny Cage will stop in, and who knows if he's got time. But anyway, real quick, let's go ahead and check in, everybody. Leg Kick was here first. He says, "Hail, Bob and Frank. Hail, Leg Kick. Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate it." Maldacito, sup, people? What's up, Maldacito?
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Hollywood using those Applebee's coupons tonight. So only 44 minutes of talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling, not 55. What a shame. Yeah. Ramit Tanej said Mandy Rose could be third member of Soraya's Tony faction. I wouldn't be surprised. AEW does. I think they would have much less of a problem with her doing her OnlyFans stuff and everything like that. So, and considering what's been going on with between AEW and WWE as far as their talent's concerned, which we're going to talk about tonight, who knows, man? Tony's going to be looking to make some moves. But real quick, before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into our favorite little segment, a little something we call. And I hit the wrong damn thing. Wouldn't be a Wrestling Council show without me screwing something up. Yeah, so I'm alone by myself today. So guys, in the chat there, give me your good, your bad, your ugly. And let me know. Hey, Courtney, what's up? How's it going, Courtney? Hope you're well. How's your dad? Give us an update on that real quick here. And thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, guys. I forgot it was Valentine's Day. I'm lonely. But anyway, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Good, bad, the ugly. Like I said, give me your good, your bad, your ugly. My good. What? Hang on. Hold up.
What's
up? Happy Valentine's Day, man. Happy Greg Valentine's Day.
That's what I heard he was.
Greg the Hammer Valentine. How you been, man?
I'm a little hurt. I just got back from the football pitch. I think I twisted my ankle a little bit, but other than that, I'm fine.
Don't do that, man.
I'm trying. I didn't try to.
You're too young. You're too young to get all busted up. Happy Sad People's Single Appreciation Day. Thanks, Maldacito. Okay, yeah. So my good, my bad, my ugly. My good. The Sammy Cody promo this last Monday Night Raw was awesome. Did you see it?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, dude, it was good. Anybody who had any doubt about how this thing was going to go down, it was so good, man. They played off each other so well, and they're really, really building this thing up that they're gonna putting a little bit of thought in your mind, like, maybe they will pull the trigger. Maybe Sammy will beat Roman, but I don't think so. But
what I was thinking they would do is have a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
If they wanna beat Roman and keep him strong, have the two baby faces against him. It's not ideal, but it could happen.
The way that I envision this thing, because this is the type of nonsense that WWE will have no problem pulling the trigger on. It's a three-way. They both land on Roman and
they split the belts.
And they split the belts. And that's how they split the belts up.
That'd be so stupid.
Yeah, dude. Think about it though. That's the kind of thing that WWE would do.
I can totally see it.
Yep. And Remy said, if Mandy Rose joins AEW or Saraya, Tony's fact, there's going to be ice in that cake for AEW fans. Yeah, I mean, it's possible,
Yeah,
dude. I mean, Tony will
they
bring
can
her
call
in
it.
if it
They
gives her
can
a
call
bump.
this sorority sisters again, like that poor name
Yeah.
that they had to ditch.
Yeah, dude. And it's not like friggin' Saraya hasn't put some saucy pictures up on the internet before. I
She
said, I
got a
don't need
bunch of
I don't
videos.
need flowers because I got a buttload of chocolate. But yeah, I mean, if it happens, it happens, man. And like I said, and given what's been going on with Tony, man, Tony's looking to make some moves. So who knows? But yeah, dude, if you get a chance to, you gotta go find it. I think you can actually pull it up on WWE's web on
It's
YouTube
probably on
channel.
YouTube. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
been very busy this past week, but
No, I hear you. But it was fire. But then the other good, you guys know me, New Japan Cup brackets were announced. So we know, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the brackets for the New Japan Cup were announced yesterday. And like I said, I've always said this, man, no one does tournaments like New Japan does. It's they're the best at it. So I'm excited about it. I know you guys are like, don't give a shit. But
depends. I can enjoy that.
But
I could enjoy those tournaments. I like it.
Oh, dude, the G1 and the New Japan Cup are the best tournaments in wrestling, and hands down, bar none. But so that's my good. My bad. The Bunnies Bump versus Jamie Hayter. Dude, you talk
week,
about like, dude, the minute that happened, I was just like, ooh. And the fact that most of it happened on picture in picture, that was rough, man.
And just like that, we're not talking about what happened to Hannah Jay.
Yeah,
That was just a few weeks back. Like this,
yeah.
this gotta stop. They gotta slow down. They
Yeah,
gotta slow down.
especially when you're in there against somebody who's not quite on the same level as as Jamie. Like the Bunny, she's cool. She's not on the same level as Hayter, and trying to, yeah, a lot of these a lot of the women wrestlers in the women's division, man, they got to slow this stuff down, because if you're not crackerjack with your timing, this is what happens. I mean, and even when you still get things that happen occasionally, like what happened with Adam Cole.
It's just not worth it. Like
It's
you're not gonna matter in a few weeks. So
no, and it was awful. And then the backstage gimmick with Saraya and Storm spray painting Leva Bates. I was like, what is this, friggin' NWO? But like I said, Okada's attack on the Noah champion, that was dope, man. Freaking dude, did you see that clip? Oh my god. Okada, they're doing this gimmick over there where Okada is just becoming unhinged.
again,
And he appeared on a New Japan, on a Noah show, and he just murked the dude, man. And like, dude, I'm trying to remember. I don't watch Noah religiously.
Don't they have Okada set to face Tanahashi next?
Yes, Tanahashi's going to be it's going to be him versus Tanahashi, and then he is going to wrestle Kaito. I always mess up his last name. Kiyomaya. I apologize ahead of time.
It's an E and a Y.
It's a Kiyomiya.
Probably Kiyomiya.
Kiyomiya, yeah. But they're going to wrestle. I'm not sure exactly when, but yeah, that's going to be fire, dude. The last night of the final night of Wrestle Kingdom, they had a match, and like Okada just went off. But yes, I agree. Noah versus IWGP will be off the chain. Yep, and that comes to my ugly, Courtney, the death of Jerry Jarrett. Jerry Jarrett passed away today. He was the co-founder of TNA and Impact Wrestling. He's the father of Jeff Jarrett. And yeah, he was a pioneer, man. 80 years old, but kind of came out of the blue. And there wasn't any reports about him being ill or anything like that. But that's my ugly. Is we lost another legend. So
Yeah.
But see here, yeah, dude. Like I said, what do you want me to tell you, man? I did not see Barnett's Bloodsport. I wanted to see it, but I didn't get a chance to. Dude, there's just too much stuff going on. But that's my good, my bad. What about you guys? What was your good, bad, and ugly this week, guys? And Johnny,
No,
what was yours, man?
I didn't get enough time to watch anything. It's been a little bit messy,
well, that's ugly enough.
but I just got the good. And my good is that there's a chance Randy's coming back.
Yeah, I saw that. They did a report about it. That and good, man. I wouldn't want that to be the way he goes out.
No. He's like my top two. My personal top two. I love him so much. That makes me happy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that it hasn't happened yet. Good. Yeah, that card is that card's freaking crazy, man. Have you seen the card for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport?
Nope.
Let me pull it up here real quick. Bloodsport. Bloodsport card. I think it's Bloodsport 8. No, that's 2022. Bloodsport. See. Here we go. Yeah, I know Moxley's on there. Wait a minute.
If it's called Bloodsport, of course, Moxley is in.
Did they announce Ibushi versus Mike Bailey? Oh, they did. That's right.
Ibushi's wrestling again.
Yeah, dude. Ibushi was released from New Japan.
Huh.
They gave him his release. Timothy Thatcher's going to be on there. John Hennigan. But yeah, I knew that. I completely forgot that Ibushi was going to be there. But Moxley is going to be there. I'm trying to find the actual card. More stars announced for Bloodsport 9. Damn it. Let me see if I can find it in an image. John Morrison's going to be there. Wait a minute. Was Moxley replaced? Or was this an old one? That's an old one. That's a really old one. Never mind. I was going to say, what the hell? Is this... I'm trying to find the freaking card. God dang it, man. But my show has been moved to 4 p.m. this Saturday. Okay. Courtney, I'll try to catch it. He's too busy. He's too busy drawing naked. That's you, Johnny. She's talking
that pays the bills.
Skills to pay the bills. Let me look, and maybe it's on his Twitter. God dang. Shit. Why is it whenever I want to find a card like this, I can never find it? Let me go to Fight TV real quick. This has become a friggin' a mission now. All right, I'm putting everything else on hold until I can find this.
We're now hostage.
All right, here we go.
Chat is you and me. We can't leave until he finds this.
Pro wrestling. Let's go. All right. Bloodsport. Where's it at?
Oh, you guys come here often? And that's Bloodsport. Here we go. What the freaking? I know it's on Game Changer Wrestling. Shit, they're still not. Anyway, never mind. I'll look at it later. I can't find it. But anyway,
That's my good, my bad, my ugly. And we're going to lead that into the big story tonight. So have you heard about what Tony Khan said about what's going on with AEW and WWE?
No.
Okay. So he recently appeared on the Dan La Batard show. And he said that WWE, AEW, and WWE are in a real war with wrestling's free agency market. And he said that WWE are basically playing some dirty pool, and it's not illegal. So it's not illegal for WWE to contact talent that work for another company. It is illegal for them to tell them to do everything they can to break their contract or just outright quit and then come back to WWE. And Tony claims that is exactly what WWE is doing. So like I said, he was on the Dan Le Batard show talking about the dynamic between AEW and WWE. And he said, I only know what people have come to me and alleged, but I do know it's a real war between AEW and WWE, and the fans are interested in it. And that was part of the original business model of AEW was I knew wrestling fans, frankly, are very interested in wrestling free agency and wrestling wars. And I believe we could create a free agency market all right. So he's talking about that. He talked about ever since, and a lot of this, a lot of what he's alleging started when Triple H took over from Vince McMahon. And we know that one of the things that Trips wanted to do was bring back everybody that Vince fired or that got released at talent that he wanted to keep but wasn't able to. Coincidentally, one of the people who claims that WWE reached out to them and in no uncertain terms told him to do whatever he could to get out of his contract was Swerve Strickland. And this was right around October. And right about then is when, guess who came back? Hit Row came back. So right around the time that Hit Row came back, Swerve claimed that somebody within WWE had contacted him and basically told him to like pull an Andrade or something of that kind, or do whatever it took to get out of his contract. That's what he claims. Chris Jericho also said that somebody contacted him and, in no uncertain terms said the same. Now, all of that is completely unsubstantiated. Nobody knows. So it's basically just them talking. But I do find the timing of it very interesting. Because especially with Strickland, because right around then is when Hit Row came back.
Do we have any evidence? No. But can I believe it? Sure.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's WWE's in a lot of there's a lot of stuff going on with WWE basically trying to kill competition. You got the there's the lawsuit with MLW. There was some MLW filed an antitrust law against WWE who claimed that WWE pressured third-party companies like Tubi, who are controlled by Fox, and Vice to abandon their contracts and relationships with them. And this is, and we know, even though WWE claims that they weren't, we know that when AEW first came on the scene, we know that they program shows opposing to AEW. For instance, when AEW was trying to get into Madison Square Garden for I believe, I can't remember which pay-per-view it was, WWE came behind them and bought it out.
Yeah,
so
we know that
WWE, even though they claim that they don't see AEW as competition, they program in opposition to AEW.
WWE always operated like this. Like, didn't they threaten the pay-per-view providers with taking WrestleMania away if they showed Starrcade?
Yep.
So that's what they do.
Yeah. So Malachi said, I'll be honest, Pop H has a lot more hit and misses than hits when it comes to bringing back talent at this point. Yeah, it seems like, and I wonder how much of that is interference from other people. I wonder if he had an idea to do one thing with them and then something else happened and it got pushed down. Hicksville says Swerve is better off without Hit Row. Not that Trench and Brock Lesnar. Not that Trench and Brock Lesnar is much better. He brought back too many. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think he definitely brought back way too many people way too fast, because Johnny Gargano has just felt like that whole Johnny Gargano Loomis thing is stupid.
The thing is, like, knowing Tony, like, he couldn't trust Tony to not try to get everybody as soon as he could too, so they wouldn't be available for too long.
Well, we know that the whole reason why they paid Edge that ridiculous amount of money that they gave him, Edge got paid. Like, Edge got paid. Like, he's up there making Brock Lesnar money. And the whole reason they did that was to stop him from going to AEW. That was the primary reason that they did that.
Like, we know Jeff Hardy's in a mess right now, but if they got Jeff, Matt, Christian, and Edge, that would be something.
Oh, that would be insane. That would be ridiculous. Dude, Edge would be the biggest star that they had on the show. Like, right? Like, everybody talks about Jericho, and nothing but love for Jericho, okay? Guy's had an amazing career. Edge is a bigger star than he is. At least in my mind, he is.
No argument here. So,
but let me get back to the article here. Where's that? At the time, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling News Radio reported that WWE reached out to multiple contracted AEW wrestlers in an attempt to gauge interest. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. Them contacting them saying, hey, you know, when you're we know you're under contract. When your contract's up, you know, give us a look. You know, we'd like to bring you back. I don't have a problem with that. Now, if they are contacting now, but if what Tony says is true and they're contacting people saying, hey, do whatever you got to do. And you also look at the fact that what happened with Regal, with William Regal.
Oh,
Regal. Now, Regal did have that clause in his contract, but AEW could have made things really, really difficult for him going back there. They didn't, which shows that, you know, Tony is a little bit of a softie when it comes to stuff like that. AEW may have smelled blood in the water and be like, hey, we might be able to poach some of these people back. Now, again, this is purely speculation, but this is something that they've done in the past, though.
But you don't punch your co-workers trying to get off your job if you don't have anything else lined up. So with what Andrade did, I think he knew he had a place to go. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The other thing too is that reportedly led to AEW sending an email to then WEC co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan, warning them against contact tampering. Now, here's the thing. When somebody signs a contract, there are a lot of things that go into that contract. It's not just about who they can wrestle and where they can wrestle and anything like that. Like, we know that, like with Moxley, like using Moxley as an example. He likes working for GCW. He likes working in the Indies. He likes working in the New Japan. I know that his contract is he can work any dates for other companies as long as it doesn't interfere with AEW. But on top of that, anything that involving television, anything involving merchandising like that, that also has to be passed through AEW first as well. Anything involving professional wrestling, and him, since he is a contracted talent with them, has to be passed through their talent relations first.
And that's absolutely fair.
When they're paying you millions of dollars and you're getting a percentage of all your merchandise sales and all that stuff like that, that makes sense. You know, it's like they want you to be on the same page with them. So with AEW contracting people like Andrade, and that's the speculation now too, is that's why Andrade is acting like he was acting. And also that's why Miro's wife said what she said about him being back in WWE soon. There's a lot of speculation that those are some of the people that got contacted as well. But according to Tony, more than just the people we know about have been contacted about this as well. So, like, we know, like, the people we know that they contacted for sure, because it was confirmed, was Jericho, Jericho. Jericho definitely got contacted, and Vince McMahon himself said so. He got contacted as soon as he signed with AEW first, and Vince literally said, "Can you get out of your contract?" So them contacting him again, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Another person that we know has been contacted is FTR because their contract is up in April. Now, them being contacted is okay because, like I said, their contract's coming up. So, but we do know that they contacted them. So we know that WWE is looking at some of these people that are in AEW and looking to see them if they can pull them back. So I 100% believe that this is possible. Now, whether or not it's to the extent that Tony thinks it is, because Tony has a tendency to exacerbate things. He's a very, very emotional guy.
There was the whole alleged talks of Bobby Fish trying to get Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly out too.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty much Bobby Fish. He didn't come right out and say it, but he pretty much confirmed that was true. But then Tony went on to say that he believes AEW and WWE truly, truly hate each other. I wonder how much of this is his ego being bruised, especially considering that AEW is no longer, it's not the new kid on the block anymore, and some cracks in the chinks in the armor have shown. But I also wonder how much of this is him. Because here's the thing, Tony is really, really big on social media. He's really big on social media. He's big on using social media, and we've seen how vitriolic the friggin' internet wrestling community can get. How tribal they can get. I wonder if this is him playing up on that. And maybe him looking to see if there's some way he can salvage, because AEW was riding high with the during the this is very short-lived Punk era. And now they're kind of back where they were before he showed up. So I wonder if this is him trying to figure out a way to, facilitate getting back into that. But I don't. If it is, I don't think this is the way to do it.
This is not the way. This is not the way to do it. It's not going to work like that.
Mal said, "I feel bad if FTR go back. WWE will never push tag team wrestling, no matter the promises." That's true, but looking at how beat up they got this year, he might also be looking. Here's the thing: a lot of these guys are looking to retire within the next, 5 or 6 years.
Dax did say that whatever he and Cash decide to do next is going to be the last thing.
Yeah. And those two guys, those are two guys that are like connected at the hip. So where one goes, the other goes. And if he decides, hey, we're going to end our career in WWE, we're going to get that money, and then we're going to sail off into the sunset. And right now, man, FTR is, as far as tag team wrestling is concerned, they are the hottest act out there, man. Then they and the Briscoes were the two tag teams that everybody was talking about. Everybody. And everybody's like, oh, what about the Acclaimed? The Acclaimed are popular in AEW. FTR and the Briscoes were popular everywhere. So, and everybody was talking about them. And for good reason, because they were legit the two best performing tag teams in the world. So yeah, I could definitely see Triple H reaching out to them and say, hey, your contract's almost up. Why don't you guys come home?
So long as you don't have to interact with Road Dogg.
Now, yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a worked shoot. It's some of the stuff is true. Some of it is Tony trying to spin doctor it and use it to his advantage. And also I think, man, I also think this was a big deal right here. Cody leaving changed everything in AEW. It really did. Because that was the first time that the door swung the other way. And since then, there's a lot of people that have been looking to, maybe go back to those greener, what they consider to be greener pastures as far as, finances are concerned or what have you. Because a lot of people, here's the thing, Tony made a lot of promises to a lot of people when they came to AEW, and he didn't follow through with all of them. Let's be honest.
Malachi Black.
He didn't
He
follow
pretty
through
much he pretty much said that.
Yeah, Malachi pretty much said that. And he did say that Now he did say his relationship with Tony is much better now. Same thing with Dax. He said that when the whole because they wanted, like, what they did with the Briscoes, they wanted to do the same thing with the Bucks. I mean, and think about how long that match between them and the Bucks was set up for. It's like a year and a half of them going back and forth on Twitter and social media, and it being built up just like they did with the Briscoes. But for whatever reason, it never materialized. You know, they had their match against the Bucks, and they didn't have another match with them until almost a year later. Like,
and they should have had the third when the Bucks were champs.
Yeah, and
when
they should have
Jeff
been,
got
and they
out.
should have had the third one when the Bucks were champs, and it should have been them that took the belts.
But they said that the trios tags were more important, which is not true.
No, and I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I thought the trios tournament was great. They did a really good job of keeping my interest. But honestly, I think the Elite are stale. I'm gonna come right out and say it. They're feeling stale to me. Something needs to be done to shake things up.
I kind of saw that coming. And like when you run through a division with a tournament, like who's left?
Yeah,
you can't run programs with everybody. Like, it's done.
Yeah, they need to do something. Some kind of catalyst has to happen. Because like I said, they're feeling stale. They're too talented. They're too talented to be for people to view them that way.
The one thing that can make this important is if Punk shows up with Dex and Cash.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And honestly, okay. So let me put on my tinfoil hat for a second. Do you think? Tell me if you think this is a possibility. I don't think it's washed up Hicksville, and I feel like they need an injection. They need an injection of excitement. And what I'm about to propose is something that could possibly do it. So, did they take the belts off of the Acclaimed and put them on a heel team? And look, nothing against the ass boys. They're not tag. They're not on the tag team level, the championship level yet. I don't know why they did that. Or that could be, paying dividends to something that they owed to Billy. So who knows? But I think it's possible that they put them on the ass boys so that FTR could come in and take the belts. FTR comes in, takes the belts. They get challenged by the Bucks, and because they're outnumbered and outgunned, then Punk comes back, and you get Punk and FTR versus the Elite.
I can see like FTR taking the belts off the Guns because they did the whole funeral thing with the careers and all, but yeah. I think taking the belts off the Acclaim now is just because Tony wasted like the build to the next pay-per-view when it comes to the tag titles. Like, he did nothing, so he's just hot-shotting so he can get something for that show.
Well, it's also, like I said, FTR's their contracts are up in April. So 2 months from now, their contracts are up. This might be a way of him trying to get back into the good graces and say, hey, listen, I will build this tag team division around you guys. And I'll basically what they did with the Briscoes, they'll do that with FTR and the Bucks or whatever team they want to do it with. I think Tony wants Punk to come back. I think he 100% wants him to come back. And I think he's trying to figure out a way.
They have been talking this whole time, I'm sure.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you freaking dick. The new Horsemen are going to show up and take the belts. You know something? One of these days, I'll probably be long dead, but that's going to happen. There is going to be a new 4 Horsemen. They're going to clone the original guys and download their brains into robot bodies or something. By then, who knows what friggin' wrestling is going to be. But getting back to this whole thing, I listened to what Tony said about this whole thing. I think part of it is Tony's ego has been bruised with everything that's happened over the last 9 months. I also think that he's looking at this and thinking, no, there's a way I can spin this. There's a way I can use this. But I do think that WWE, because listen, WWE, if it's shady, they've done it. Okay, let's be completely honest here, man. Vince McMahon is not a he's not a particularly nice guy. And
And
Triple
his return
H,
is a shake-up, so free agency market thing, because no one wants to go back to Vince.
No, nobody wants to go back to Vince. That's true. But yeah, as far as that's concerned, I 100%. I mean, I know that WWE are reaching out to some of this talent, especially some of the guys, like I said, with FTR, whose contracts are coming up very soon, and that's understandable. They're allowed to do that. Now, whether or not Tony can prove this, that they were tortiously interfering with people who still had years on their contract, guys like Swerve, who knows? But Tony claims that there's a whole bunch of people that are bringing this to him. And like I said, with the MLW lawsuit, and they have a lawsuit with somebody else. I know that MLW recently they lost a big chunk of their that they granted WWE's motion to dismiss the MLW lawsuit, but they did give MLW a chance to appeal it, to amend the lawsuit and appeal it. So remains to be seen, but that's been going on for a long time. But yeah, like I said, as far as whether or not I think this is real, I agree with I think it was it Hicks Villain that said it, or it was either Hicks Villain or Mal who said that. Mal did. He said, yeah, I think it's a work shoot. I think it's some of it's real and some of it's not. But hey, let's talk about some wrestling. You didn't watch anything, did you?
No, I couldn't.
Okay, I'm just going to hit the highlights. Like I said, today's a weird day, so I'm kind of running this thing solo. But Dynamite had some really good stuff on it, and it had some absolute shit. Takeshita versus MJF was awesome. It was freaking awesome. Anybody that says MJF is a mid wrestler, go back and watch that match, dude. He's really good. Look, is he the most athletic dude? No. Is he, on the same level as like a Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay? No. But then again, who is? There's maybe
It
two or
doesn't
three
need
people.
to be.
No, he doesn't
have to be.
His character work is freaking phenomenal. He's on another level. And dude, some of the stuff that happened in this match was so freaking good. When Takeshita, because the whole match he's working Takeshita's arm over. Okay. Takeshita uses his injured arm to block, and MJF is just, he looks at him and goes, idiot. It's like, it's stuff like that, man. There was a big, that's right. There was a big to do about because they were in El Paso, which is Eddie Guerrero's hometown. So Takeshita did a little tribute to Eddie, where he did like the shake thing, and then he did a frog splash.
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently Conan got butthurt about this, saying he's like, hey, Eddie's not your people, don't do that, or something like that. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
That's the most ignorant shit I've ever heard. What the hell?
Yeah, it's like, bro, he's in Eddie's hometown. He's like paying tribute to the guy. How many people have done that? And you didn't say shit, but a Japanese dude does it, and suddenly it's a problem.
That sounds so ignorant.
Yeah, MJF can walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time. But yeah, it was a really dumb thing that he said. I don't know.
There's no reason for this.
It's, what, it could be just, he was just having a shit day, and he decided he was going to go after somebody. But this was a really, really good match. It was the second best match of the entire show. Which we'll talk about that match in a second. Okay, so I got championship eliminator matches.
Suck.
Okay. We gave WWE crap about that. Conan already said it was a joke, and everybody needs. Okay, well, if he walked it back, that's cool, man.
Shorting his dick.
But here's the thing: at the time, it didn't look like it was a joke. If that's
It's always
joke,
it's always a joke if people say you're wrong.
well, if that was a joke, you know, he didn't do a very good job of articulating it. But hey, if he came out and he said, "Hey, look, that wasn't meant to be taken seriously," then sure, fine, I'll go with that. You know, I'm not going to sit here and hold his feet to the fire for something, you know. And that's the other thing too, is that's really weird. Because he's never, like I said, he's never said that about anybody else. And you know, so for them, that's just really strange. But anyway, back to championship eliminator matches are freaking dumb. We gave WWE, and we continue to give WWE measures of shit for doing this. Because, and by the way, okay, so hang on a second. Hang on, let me see here. Championship eliminator matches are freaking stupid. If the champ is in the match, then just call it a non-title match, not this championship eliminator. No, you know, we're trying to find somebody to. That's actually a good point, Maldacito. He is stoned like 98% of the time. But yes, if you're going to have a match where the champion is fighting somebody, just say it's a non-title match, because that person has not earned a title match. This championship eliminator thing is freaking dumb. I hate when WWE does it. I hate when AEW does it. That being said, Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny, it was an awful match. It had an absolutely terrifying freaking finish to it. Most of it happened on the commercial break. The Bunny, I believe she got a concussion from this match, which is terrifying.
God damn it, another one.
Yep. But hopefully she'll get better. And yeah, this was a weird match to begin with, man. It's like, did they not have anybody for her, Jamie Hayter, to really feud with?
And here's the thing with champion eliminator matches, like 8 out of 10 times, the champion wins. So there's no reason to put that stipulation in there to begin with.
Yeah, like I said, it's just dumb. And then of course we got Saraya and Tony Storm spray painting Leva Bates in the back like it's friggin' Hulk Hogan in 1996.
This double turn was being weird, man.
The whole thing, dude. AEW has a lot of talent in their women's division. They have no direction, absolutely none. They're in a holding pattern right now until friggin' Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander come back.
And they had to kind of turn Britt face for this too, so it's like the whole build up to Jamie versus Britt was just wasted.
I don't want a Britt Baker face.
Me neither, but I didn't want this double turn to happen.
That would be freaking awful.
It's like they want to do like feels like they want to do like a war angle, like get all the women to different sides and do something with that.
Like a War Games thing?
That's what it looks like. They want to get
or blood and guts. Yeah, women's blood and guts match, whatever.
Like they're not getting hurt, just having regular matches on TV.
Anyway, Garcia Guevara Gauntlet. This was stupid.
I would have skipped that if I had watched the show. Sorry.
It was. Here's the thing. The first two people in were 2.0, and they immediately got annihilated. So that tells you exactly where they're at on the pecking order of things. This should have just been Garcia versus Ricky Starks. This should have just been Garcia versus Starks. Nobody else needed to be involved in this. They could have had an awesome match. And all this stupid crap. And of course, Jericho is revealed to be at the center. He's the guy that stands tall in the end.
And called it.
Yeah.
Called it.
Now, obviously, this is going to lead to an inevitable rematch between him and Jericho. If Jericho is a good dude, he will put Starks over again. I kind of get the feeling that's not going to happen.
Because that worked so well for Eddie Kingston, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing just felt very Vince era WWE. That's how goofy this shit felt. Yeah, Starstruck got caught carrying Cody's luggage. Just punched him into the JAS.
Ricky was doing so good for himself, man.
Dude, I still think they're gonna push him up the card. It's just right now, this whole thing is just kind of dumb. Daddy, you know what? Here's the thing. What's his name?
Angelo Parker?
No, not Angelo Parker. Matt Menard. Have you heard him on commentary?
No.
He's actually really good on commentary.
No,
So
he's
actually he's pretty good on the mic. But they have him do the same crap all the time. And it's like, bro, you let this dude branch out a little bit. Use him, you know? But as far as that match, that whole thing was just a mess. Now we're on to the best match of the night. Roosh versus Bryan Danielson. Dude, this was a pay-per-view level badass match, man. And the post-match beatdown by MJF just built it even more. I mean, it was crazy. But this was a 5-star match in my opinion.
I know it's early, but this Iron Man match is gonna be the match of the year, man.
What's that?
Calling right now. The Iron Man match is gonna be the match of the year.
Iron Man match. Right now. It could be, man. It's gonna be awesome. Oh yeah, dude. Well, dude, it's Roosh, man. Here's the thing. I like Andrade. I think Andrade is really talented. I think Roosh is better. I honestly think Roosh is better. And that's saying a lot because Andrade is a really talented. You let Andrade get in the ring and create, he's awesome. He really is. Dude, Roosh is benefiting huge from this level of exposure. People are really finding out who this dude is, and he's fan-freaking-tastic. And like Mouse just said, man, dude, this match was stiff. Like
just like Brian likes it.
Exactly. It was awesome. Awesome. This might be the best match I've seen this is the best match I've seen in months. That's how good it was. So yeah, if you're gonna watch 2 matches from this, watch that and watch
MJF and Tate.
MJF and Takeshita. Dude, Takeshita, if once his Noah contract is up, if New Japan doesn't snap that dude up and literally do the same thing with him and Okada that they did with Okada and Tanahashi, then they're missing the boat. Dude's awesome.
I'm pretty sure Tony signed him.
He 100% did. But I'm saying, like, if New Japan was smart, they would, when his contract's coming up, they would drop a check in front of him and just say, tell me how many zeros and let's go. Trios Championship, Elite versus AR Fox and Top Flight. This was okay. Again, I feel
sounds like filler. Sounds like filler. Like, I mean, no offense, but sounds like filler.
It was filler, but it was good filler. It was good filler. Again, I feel like the Elite are getting a little stale. Top Flight have improved a lot. AR Fox is awesome. It would, it was a good match, but again, it just felt the Elite just feel stale. And then we come to the shot heard around the world. AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Acclaim versus the Guns. Dude, this was, to me, the only way this makes sense. The only way this makes sense is if they are going to put those belts on FTR. It's the only way it makes sense. You don't put your friggin' tag team titles on a team like the Guns who just aren't there yet. They're not. Now, unless then, like I said, Tony made a lot of promises to a lot of people. So maybe he made a promise to, make his boys the tag team. And here's the thing. I like the Gun Club. I think eventually these guys are going to mature and they're going to be really good. You know, they're already decent in the ring. It's just that they just, you know, they're working it out.
If you think about Revolution, like this past few months, there was no build up around the tag titles, like for anything.
No,
I think Tony wasted time, and now he's trying to make up for it.
he had a lot on his plate. Let me put it that way. Yeah, this match, it was a fairly decent. It was a good match. It wasn't the best tag team match we've ever seen. I mean, obviously, you know, we're coming off of, you know, matches like, you know, FTR versus the Bucks versus, you know, you think about the big tag team title changes. You know, FTR versus the Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers, you know, matches like that. And then you have this fell very short.
Like, and this should be over after like that dumpster match they had. Like,
yeah. But yeah, and the ending and the decision to put the belts on them definitely fell flat. Like I said, the only way that this makes sense to me is if they're putting the belts on FTR. And you didn't want to have two face teams going against each other. But
Tony never worried about that.
I don't know, man. I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to give it a chance to see where it goes. But if they turn around and they take those belts and put them right back on the Acclaimed, I'm going to be like, well, what was the point? Unless you're going to have Billy turn on him again or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is my patience is running out with this shit. Rampage. Did anything good happen on Rampage?
That's
I know Marina.
Question.
Oh yeah, Mark Briscoe, dude. The promo he cut was awesome. It was hilarious, dude. And then he's got a match against Josh Woods, which that's a dude right there. Josh Woods. I want to see Josh Woods versus Bryan Danielson. Josh Woods is a badass technical wrestler, dude. Yeah, the Acclaimed already moved on at Rampage to Stokely's firm. My God. But yeah, Mark Briscoe's promo was awesome. Blackpool Combat Club versus Kip Sabian, Butcher, and Blade. That was a good match. It wasn't the best match they've ever had, but it was a good match. Butcher looks awesome now that he shaved his friggin' head and got rid of that stupid haircut. And then we had Marina Shafir, and I don't even have to go any further than that.
He was on TV.
It was on TV. She was her versus Ruby Soho.
God damn.
And it was like, look,
I gotta watch that.
No, you don't. This was probably the best match that Marina Shafir has ever had, which isn't saying much. Marina Shafir was so much bigger than her too. Like Marina Shafir is a tank. But she's a fighter. She has no chemistry in the ring. She's terrible on the mic. She's not very good. She needs to go back to their version of the training center and just get better. The other thing too is that Marina Shafir was barefoot through the whole match.
Just like Matt Riddle.
Hangman and Renee's interaction. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
She's also an MMA
Riddle
person, so I guess that. Yeah, but she's also an MMA person, so I guess that's what Riddle, they like.
Here's the thing: I'm saying she was completely barefoot.
I know,
and
I got it.
Like tape your feet up. Yeah, that way you could have do that, and like she should come in with her hands taped up and her feet taped up, like she's fighting MMA. That'd be a cool look for her, and it'd be like a cool gimmick kind of thing with her. But if she doesn't put some tape on her feet or something, man, she's gonna end up breaking her foot. But yeah, the match was yeah, Mark Briscoe had an awesome just a hilarious interview that ended up with him confronting Josh Woods. So we're gonna get that match, which is gonna be awesome as hell. I can't believe they put this on friggin' Rampage. Jungle Boy versus Ryan Nemeth. That was like, why? That's
dark material.
That's super dark material. And And then the main event was Orange Cassidy versus Lee Moriarty, which means Orange Cassidy, so you know it's going to be a decent match. But Lee Moriarty, really? I mean, I like Lee Moriarty, but that's your main event? But yeah, it was just weird. Rampage this week was just weird, and it's no surprise to me that its ratings were down. Oh, excuse me.
No problem.
But
everything this week seems like it was a little bit like passable, aside from the very good stuff.
Yeah, it was a mid break match. Yeah. The BBC had a trios match. What if they go after the Elite? With Hangman helping his old buddies. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. And that's another thing too. When are they going to pull the trigger on this thing with Hangman and the Elite? It's here. You know what, dude? I honestly cannot tell you everybody that's in the firm because it changes every week, and like leadership of it changes every week, and ownership of it changes every week, and the name of it changes every week, and it's just to me, it's go away heat, which is weird because there's some good people in that friggin' group. That is Dark Elevation material, 100%. What else do we get? What was it? Yeah, the Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes promo from Raw was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And then of course he had a match with Baron Corbin, which I mean, dude, like I listen. You know what? At this point, I feel bad for Baron Corbin.
Words out on the street that Triple H is sick of him.
Everybody's sick of him because he's terrible. Oh my God. Yeah. This, and again, other than that promo, there was nothing on this show that was particularly fantastic, except maybe the three-way between Belair, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. That was a good match, but this show, man, it's like here's the show: The Miz versus Rick Boogs. Don't care. Bronson Reed versus Mustafa Ali. We know how that's going to end. Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, and Natalya versus Asuka, Carmella, and Nikki Cross. Because I guess Asuka is a villain now. It was all right. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Cody versus Corbin was go away heat, and it was time to go take a shit. Piper Niven versus Mia Yim should have been really good. But it was super, super short, and yeah, Piper Niven destroyed her.
Hey man, I'm sorry. I do gotta get going here now.
Well, I'm getting ready to end it, man. But yeah, anyway, this week was just weird.
Yeah.
But the Sammy, how did I get a notification? I don't know, bro.
Catch y'all later.
Yep. Take it easy, Johnny. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for being there. But yeah, is there any saving for Corbin after being called a polished turd? No, really, there isn't. And it sucks too because Corbin is a decent mid-card wrestler. He's a workhorse kind of guy. But trying to push him into main event stuff and giving him these stupid characters like the Happy Corbin character. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it was great." Is it? No, it was shit. It was awful. It was garbage. I hated it. Raw versus SmackDown. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Sammy. But that happens. YouTube does that sometimes. In all honesty, if Corbin doesn't become an agent or work in the office, he has no after E options. No. If I were him, I would just go back to the Lone Wolf. I would just go back to the Lone Wolf thing and just push him as a mid-carder guy. He's a good workhorse character, a good workhorse worker. And from what I understand, he's a super selfless guy. Bum ass Corbin with his peak could have even gone face. Yeah, it's possible, but then they did the stupid. And why are we still calling Madcap? why should we call him Madcap Moss? That's just God. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it there. Like I said, it was a weird show this week. Frank wasn't here. But appreciate everybody that stopped in. Hicksville and Sammy. Better late than never, brother. Courtney, take care of yourself. Hope your dad it gets better. And Leg Kick, thanks for being here, brother. Ramit, we'll see what happens with Mandy Rose potentially coming to AEW. But appreciate you guys, and we will catch you guys next week. Well, we should be back to the regular show next week, guys. But thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Take care.